Let's go! Arch Manning Dante Moore, the top two five-star uncommitted prospects, and ironically, it's the player from Michigan and not Louisiana that LSU is closer to landing. And both of them were in a highly competitive 7-on-7 environment over the past 48 hours. One was in Las Vegas. The other, as you see in the background, was in Baton Rouge. And this is Arch Manning completing a slant to a Newman High School teammate. So what I want to do is right here, we're breaking down this clip and obviously a touchdown there. I'm going to play both of their highlight reels back to back, and I want you to tell me which prospect was the better one.
Get to it! Get to it! Oh!
Boom! I'm looking at you. Yes, you. Okay, we're going to break down every throw you just saw, plus a few extra little bonuses thrown in there. Obviously, this first throw right here by Arch Manning is really, really good. And I don't do a live stream where there is not at least one person saying Arch Manning is the most overrated quarterback prospect ever. But it's kind of hard to argue with how good of a throw this was. Pretty simple read. Really good tight end here, Will Randall, who has an LSU offer. Good throw, low and away. I got so sick and tired of everyone saying how great of a throw this was. It was called a dime by somebody, and every superlative you could think of, people are calling this throw. This was a clear coverage bust, but the ball was actually behind the receiver. Now, there's two schools of thoughts here. If a wide receiver is that wide open, you do want to underthrow him just to make sure he is able to catch it. But the truth is, this ball, I mean, this isn't a dime. This is a coverage bust. He's wide open. It's never good if your coach is, if this is your coach right here, I'm guessing it is, if your hands are out like this. You can hear the audio as well. You can rewind on this video if you want. I think the coaches are yelling out, we're in four. And if they were in cover four, this corner would have had deep third. So that's probably what happened there. But what I want to show you, and I'm going to show you this throw right here. I wasn't able to get another angle on this one. Arch with the pump fake and hits another wide open receiver. Lots of touch on this pass. Really good throw right here. Once again, I'm guessing that's Will Randall again for Newman. But this is actually what happened on the deep touchdown. Arch never got his hands on the laces here. Very unusual. And, you know, if you look, he's actually processing, seeing what's open here, and he's looking left, and then worked his way back to the right side. So that's obviously really good. Once again, very happy feet in the pocket. Are you ever really going to have this much time to find a coverage bust? Sometimes you will, but once again, you can't really see the footwork. Good angle right here by Jacques Doucet, though. But that is strength. the side of the football instead of on the laces. But still, you get the touchdown. He's wide open. The issue, though, with Arch Manning's throws is they always seem to be just slightly behind his receiver, including this one right here. This is a really good catch and a decent throw, but the receiver does have a half a step on this corner. We want this ball to be right here where the defensive back can't get his hand in there. And you want this football right here so your receiver can pluck it with his hand on 3. And you could see it. You want this ball to be thrown out here where the defensive back can't fight his way back in there. Still, an overall accurately thrown football? Yeah, absolutely. But still, it's a little bit behind him. So this to me was just a really bad throw right here by Arch. Looks like they're in cover 3, and we're running a really good cover 3 beater, a wheel route with our best tight end. And what happens here is this wide receiver draws this corner who has deep third with him, and this opens up the space for this tight end on this wheel to get upfield. But notice where the ball is, okay? If you hit this tight end in stride, he is scoring. Instead, he makes an amazing diving catch. It's a really bad throw. Now, there is a school of thought where if there is a safety barreling down on the tight end, you want to throw it low and away to protect the receiver. Maybe that's what Arch was doing, but that's just a bad throw. I mean, Arch just throws a dime here. There's just no other way around it. Throws it to where only his receiver can get it. A lot of quarterback coaches will say if the defensive back's head is back to you, you just throw it right over his head. And that is exactly what Arch Manning does. Put that ball right there, and just a great catch. And that's just good stuff right there by Arch. So now we get to Dante Moore, okay? Now, a few things are different here. The first thing is there is a lot of pressure on Dante Moore because this guy, can you in the chat right now, whether you're watching this live, tell me who this guy is, okay? Kind of a big deal, all right? So it's a lot of pressure to perform in front of this guy in Las Vegas. Remember, Dante Moore from Michigan. So pretty hostile environment here. Lots of pressure. Also, playing on a turf field, how much does that change things? I don't know. But Dante Moore is not having to receive a snap. The football is on like a pedestal. So once again, that does make it a tad bit easier because Arch Manning was actually taking a snap. But the truth here is Moore was incredible. The one thing, and you can't really see this on like a huddle tape or whatever, is how quick and compact his release actually is. Now, I am not a quarterback maestro evaluator, but one thing that I've always heard from quarterback coaches is one trait that transcends quarterback play is accuracy and how quickly you can get the football out. That was actually 2 traits. But those 2 things mixed together, if you can mix those 2 things together, you are going to be a really good quarterback no matter how good of an arm you have. And this is an excellent example of just that. Okay, Ryan Day talks about this a lot. When you're throwing to a receiver in the back of the end zone, the ball has to be thrown higher. Okay, because it's a condensed part of the field and you're always going to have a lot of traffic from these defenders. So look at where this ball is put. Pretty good distance from that defensive back, but still very catchable for this receiver. And he actually ran a really nasty route. You can't really see from this angle. But still, so this is a Las Vegas invitational camp where Arch Manning was throwing to receivers. He throws to probably 2 or 3 times a week against lesser competition. This was one of my favorite throws, okay? I want you to just see how quick of a release this is. At first, I thought this was a no-look Stafford throw, but it's not. He does actually see the receiver, but you think that because his everything is just so smooth with Dante Moore when it comes to actually ripping the football quickly. And you notice the quick release here saves this from being an interception, right? Because he got rid of the football fast, the defensive back was not able to get in this window and make a play. That is just filthy. Now, Once again, this is all shot from a very similar angle, but now we get to this throw. This is just really good stuff. And I believe after this touchdown, Cam Newton jumped on Dante Moore's back. He was so hype. And I would be too, because that is just a nasty throw. Anyway, here's Dante Moore, and this is just insane. Okay, changes his arm angle right here, a little sidearm release to fit this ball in this window. And you notice this is a different type of route, but you notice how he leads the receiver. Remember that Arch Manning throw? It was kind of behind the receiver. He fits it in this window, and this defensive back who was on his back can't get his hand in there. So even though Arch completed that touchdown, still that ball had to be put right there for the completion to work. Now you get a little bit of a different angle here, once again from on 3, and this is a relatively simple throw. Wide open receiver in this window. Still a lot of pepper on it. The ball has just some excellent steam. He doesn't have the strongest arm in the class, but it is still a really, really good arm. And then this is just, I don't know, and I hate to ruin this for everyone. This is via Rivals. They did not end up counting this touchdown. This throw is decent. Throw it to where only your receiver can make a play. This is a catch. Oh, no, okay. Yeah, that ball did bounce. So, referee, you're absolved. Still, give him the catch. It's a camp. Boom, I'm looking at you. Yes, you, okay? Boom, I'm looking at you. Yes, you, okay? We always like to give a bonus at the end of the video, so if you have subscribed and you are new to the channel, we always give you a little extra, something a little off topic, and that's Rickie Collins in the background completing a touchdown. Once again, it was a wide open throw. Still, Rickie Collins, a 4-star out of Woodlawn. Here he is talking with Joe Sloan via the Colada Show here. That's obviously some really good stuff. Maybe it ends up being a Rickie Collins 2023 quarterback class. Also, to give you a little extra photo here, pressing guy of Tiger Bait snapped this one. Arch Manning talking with Walker Howard and Garrett Nussmeier. So maybe that is LSU's quarterback of the future. Still highly unlikely. Now, before I give you the current situation of LSU's potential of landing any of these guys, let me go ahead and say the blatant, obvious truth. And if I'm the only one that says this, I'm willing to take the heat for it. Arch Manning is severely overrated. And I'm not just saying that because, you know, he's the number 1 quarterback in this class. I don't think he's the number 1 overall quarterback in this class. The reason why he's overrated, it is clear he has a lot of talent. It is clear he is a top 10 quarterback in this class, okay? Or at the very least top 20, however you feel. The reason why he's overrated is that every recruiting service, and they have very good evaluators, but how on earth does every single recruiting service have him as the national number 1 overall prospect in this class? Not the number 1 quarterback, mind you, the national number 1 overall player. Have you seen David Hicks? Have you seen all these other great players in 2023? They have. They know more about those guys than I do. I just don't see how every service views Arch Manning as the national number 1 overall prospect. That means he is the absolute best thing. I'm saying better than Myles Garrett, better than Leonard Fournette. I see a really good quarterback who could turn into something, and we'll see what a senior tape looks like. And I do see a player that a lot of Division I prospects would want, but he's not better than Dante Moore. I'm sorry. And it's not just this 7-on-7 stuff that you've been seeing. It's just the overall blatant truth. He's not better than him. I would take Rashada, and honestly, I would take the Nico kid committed to Tennessee over anybody. We can have a debate about Malachi Nelson, the Vizina kid that's committed to Clemson. Comment down below your thoughts. Once again, this is a collaborative channel. I want to know what you guys have to say about Dante Moore versus Arch Manning. These are the 2 top uncommitted prospects. Rashada, of course, number 3. And if you want to see our video last week on official visit data and Jaden Rashada, where, you know, official visit data can accurately predict where you're going to go, it'll be floating in your face in just a second. It is Power Hour LSU. Boom! And tonight, grilled chicken salad. Let's